Hello. So in this video, we're going to talk about Gamal Maqsoud's short play, The Absent One. So this is a very short play that was translated into English for this symposium on contemporary theater in Egypt in 1999. And it's an interesting play because it's primarily concerned with differing perspectives on the same subject. And largely that there are two major subjects that are the focus of this play. One is Ahmed, the absent son of the woman, the character called the woman. And then there's the cat, who the old woman wants the children, and there's three children, but the old woman wants the children to take the cat and get rid of it somewhere too far away for it to find its way back. But what we get in each of these with each of these subjects, Ahmed and the cat, is we get strikingly different perspectives on these figures. So the cat, for instance, very early in the play, the old woman says, "I haven't slept all night because of the cat. It keeps mewing, running, clawing under the covers and scratching the bedclothes with its claws as if possessed." So she has a very clear beef with this cat, and she tells her grandkids, the woman's kids, to take the cat and get rid of it. But the kids, later in the play, we find out that the daughter just couldn't even go along with this. Like she didn't even go initially to try and get rid of the cat. One of the grandsons did take the cat out and tried to get rid of it, but then started to feel really bad about abandoning the cat, and so ended up bringing it back, and because it was cold, he wrapped it up in a blanket and put it in their grandmother's bed. So we have these two contrasting perspectives here. The grandmother who hates the cat because it keeps her awake and claws up her bed and stuff like this, and the kids who like the cat, who find it adorable and who are unwilling to abandon it. We get the same kind of thing with Ahmed, though the stakes are arguably higher. So Ahmed is the woman's oldest son. Something has happened to him. It's not completely clear what exactly has occurred, but he's been maybe arrested, probably arrested, maybe kidnapped or something like this. In any case, he was taken out of their house against his will. Apparently all of his books and papers and things were confiscated, but we don't find out any more substantial details than that, because the woman largely focuses on her own experience of that loss. But in talking about this arrest or abduction or whatever this is, one of her big focuses is actually on the fact that he was arrested in his pajamas with apparently a ripped shoulder in them. So the woman is basically in an almost catatonic state of mourning, essentially. Like throughout the entire play, she basically stands and just stares out the window, waiting for Ahmed to come back. The old woman, the grandmother, doesn't seem all that dedicated to this sort of waiting. in part because she seems to have accepted that he is probably not coming back, or at least not coming back in the very near future. So we've got that dichotomy. But even the way that they characterize Ahmed is different. So the woman at one point thinks back to when he had gotten the measles as a child, and she says, his eyes were red and puffy. He was only a year and 2 months old. On that day I knew that he was kind and that he loved me because he saw me and he smiled and his face brightened as if he wanted to calm me with his look. I knitted woolen socks for him. And the old woman says, let's speak frankly. Wasn't he the naughtiest boy in the neighborhood? Wasn't he a troublemaker? On his first day of school, I asked him what he had done there, and he answered, I bought a drink and beat up 2 boys. And then the woman laughs and says, what a child he was. So we've got, again, these sort of dichotomies, these differences of perspective, where the woman really idealizes Ahmed. I mean, everything she says about him is positive. Everything she says is admiring of him. Then we've got the grandmother, who talks about him as being spoiled, as being a bully, as being a troublemaker. And I think, or at least the way that I think about this, and I don't know that I can necessarily point to that much concrete evidence from the play to support this, because it is a very, very short play. It's very, very minimal. But I think the way that we are sort of supposed to think about this theme is that both perspectives are right. Both perspectives see a valid side of the subject, whether it's Ahmed or the cat. Both perspectives are valid. And when we only have the when we only look at things in one way, we miss an important dimension of them.